If you could only have 5 Bach Flower remedies at home, 5 that cover 80% of everyday emotional needs, 5 that help you, your children, your animals, and even your sleep, these are the ones I would choose. Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm a Bach Flower Practitioner and the creator of Bloom into Balance, my beginner-friendly online course that helps you choose and use the right remedies with confidence. Not to become a practitioner, but to heal your emotions and those of your family. And every week I share clear and soulful guidance to help you move through stress and fear and emotional overwhelm using Bach Flower remedies. If that is something you need in your life, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. Today we're talking about the 5 Bach Flower remedies everyone should have at home. Number 1, rescue remedy for any emotional emergency. So let's start with one most people already know. You've probably seen this little yellow bottle somewhere in a pharmacy, in a friend's handbag, maybe even in your own drawer. And that's because everyone goes through moments that shake them. Imagine this, your child is about to walk in an important exam. Their hands are shaky, their stomach hurts, and they say, I can't do this. A few drops of rescue remedy can help them breathe again, take their seat, and get started. Or you're in the car and a sudden near accident happens. You pull over and your whole body is trembling. Your heart doesn't get the message yet that the danger is over. There's a rescue remedy moment. Or maybe you're sitting in a hospital room, and the longer you wait, the tighter your chest gets. You just need something right now to help you stay calm. Even with animals, a dog panics during fireworks. A cat gets terrified at the vet. Rescue remedy is one of the few natural supports you can give them immediately. And this is why I call it a family remedy. It's not only for serious disasters, it's for all those very human moments where stress hits suddenly and you just need to feel steady again. You don't have to wonder, is this the right remedy? Because if someone is in shock and panicking and overwhelmed by something that just happened or will happen in a moment, rescue remedy fits. And that's why it's the first on the list. It's for every human being who ever has or will ever have a stressful moment, so it's basically for everyone. Number 2, Mimulus, the fear you know exactly you're afraid of. Some fears arrive suddenly, you didn't see them coming. That is rescue remedy, that's the emergency support. But Mimulus is different. It's for the fears you can feel coming from miles away. You know exactly what it is. You can name it. And the closer you get to that moment, well, the more uncomfortable you feel. Maybe you have a flight next month and already your stomach turns when you think about it. Or a letter comes in the mail saying, dentist appointment in 2 weeks. And your whole body says, nope. Or maybe you're preparing a presentation and every time you imagine standing there, your heartbeat feels a little bit too loud. And because you know the fear is coming, you don't have to wait for the panic to hit. Mimulus is the remedy you take ahead of time, so you don't end up needing an emergency remedy later. It helps you feel braver in small steps, steadier in moments where fear used to take over. It's also wonderful for children, the child who hides behind you when someone speaks to them, the little one who's afraid of dogs or loud noises, the teenager worried about being laughed at or failing a test, and even for animals. A dog who shakes before a car ride or a cat terrified when strangers visit. Any pet who gets scared by predictable events. So there's the simple difference. Rescue remedy is for sudden overwhelm, panic, shock, and emergency and acute situations, while Mimulus is for the fears you already know, the ones you can prepare for in advance, for all those moments when courage needs just a little support. That's Mimulus. Hey, kleine aap. Walnut for protection during change and protection from outside influence. Life doesn't stand still, we grow, we move, we start new chapters, and even when the change is good, it can still feel very overwhelming. Walnut is for those in-between seasons when one door is closing and another one is opening and you're not fully used to the new space yet. Think of moments like moving to a new home or a school, starting a new job, maybe pregnancy or becoming a parent, puberty, menopause, big shifts in the body, a breakup, a divorce, or starting a new relationship, changing habits or lifestyles like quitting smoking. You know you're on the right path, but everything familiar is just shifting beneath your feet. And there's also another layer to walnut. Sometimes the hardest part of change isn't per se the change itself, but it's more how much other people feel entitled to have opinions about your life. Are you sure you want to do that? I wouldn't move there. You've changed. Well, I liked you better before. Walnut helps you hold your center even when the world around you isn't cheering for your transformation. It creates a very gentle protective buffer so you can follow your truth instead of being pulled back by expectations or habits or other people's comfort zones. And of course, also very beautiful for children, the first day of school, changing rooms or changing a teacher, switching from summer to school routine, losing a first tooth, getting braces. And for animals too, moving house, bringing a new pet into the family, and any change in environment or routine. So if you're in a chapter where you feel like, I'm becoming someone new, but I still feel a little bit wobbly, Walnut is a remedy that walks with you. It helps you step into the next part of your life without being pushed back into who you used to be. Impatience, when everything and everyone feels too slow. Some people move fast, they think fast, they decide fast, they live with a sense of let's go. And then the world shows up in slow motion. The child who needs 10 minutes to put on a shoe. The partner who still hasn't left the house even though you said we're late 3 times. The person in the supermarket queue who waits and waits until everything is scanned before opening their wallet. And you feel the tension rising in your shoulders. Your breath gets short and a tiny voice inside says, I could do all of this so much faster myself. Impatience is for that moment. The moment where impatience tips into irritation. Not because you're a bad person, but because your inner rhythm just runs quicker. It brings a little softness into the space between you and the world around you. Impatience is very wonderful for children who can't sit still long enough to finish something and then get upset, or teenagers who rush through life, and of course for animals, a dog who pulls on the leash because every smell is too exciting and slowing down feels impossible, a pet who jumps, barks, or paws because the food bowl isn't filled fast enough. And there's the interesting thing. Sometimes our impatience isn't with others, it's with ourselves. We want to heal faster, we want results right away. We want to be further along than we are. Impatience helps you breathe, to move at a pace that's actually human, not a race. So if you often think, why is everything taking so long? Or, oh, I'll just do it myself. Impatience brings back cooperation, calm, and a tiny little bit of kindness towards time itself. Star of Bethlehem, comfort for shock and deep emotional hurt. Some moments leave a mark long after the moment has passed. The doctor's words you didn't expect. The day someone you loved didn't come home. The breakup that shattered your heart. A birth that was more frightening than beautiful. A fall, an accident, a surgery, and even when your body recovered, your heart didn't fully follow. Star of Bethlehem is the remedy for the after the shock, after the fear, after the loss, after you try to be strong. But inside, something just still hurts. Sometimes the world sees you moving on, but inside, a part of you is still frozen in the moment everything changed. Star of Bethlehem helps the system release that freeze and allows comfort, real comfort, to finally reach you. Also very powerful for children, a child who experienced a scary accident, a little one who had to stay in the hospital, a baby separated from their parents at birth, any child who's been deeply frightened about something. And of course for animals too, a rescue pet with a difficult past, a dog who was abandoned, a cat startled by a sudden trauma, any animal who carries an old fear inside their body. Where there has been shock, grief, or a moment too big to process alone, Star of Bethlehem is the gentle hand on the heart that says, you're not alone anymore. It doesn't erase what happened, but it brings the light back in exactly where it was lost. These 5 remedies cover so much of everyday life. Stress, fear, change, impatience, pain. They're a natural first aid kit for the heart. And if you want to go deeper and learn how to build a personal formula that fits your unique emotional landscape, I've put a free guide and my full beginner's course in the description below. And tell me in the comments, which of these 5 do you need the most right now? Emotional support should be simple, accessible, and right at home. I loved making this video. Thanks for being here with me, and see you in the next one, of course.